How to implement conditional at valid field validation in Spring Boot based on another field. Conditional field validation in Spring Boot using at valid. When working with Spring Boot and bean validation, you might face scenarios where the validation of one field depends on the value of another within the same HTTP request. For example, validating a field only if a certain numeric value is positive. The challenge. Given a request object like this, you want to enforce when score 0. Field positive must be a non-empty valid string. Field 0 and negative must be null. When score less than or equal to 0. Field 0 and negative must be a non-empty valid string. Field positive must be null. Normal field level annotations, at not null, at size etc., cannot express such conditional logic because they validate fields independently. The solution, class level custom validator. You need to validate the entire object at once so the validator can see all properties and apply the conditional logic. Step 1. Define a custom annotation. Create a class-level constraint annotation. Step 2. Implement the validator logic. Implement constraint validator handling the whole sum request record. Step 3. Register the annotation on your record. Annotate the request record. Step 4. Use it valid in your controller. Spring Boot will now trigger your custom validator automatically. Why this approach works well. Access to all fields. Class-level validation has the entire object available, so validations depending on multiple properties are possible. Clear error reporting. By binding messages to specific fields with add property node, users get precise feedback. Scalable and maintainable. Adding new conditional logic requires updating one validator rather than multiple field annotations. Summary. For conditional validation of one field based on another's value in Spring Boot, define a class-level custom constraint annotation. Implement the validation logic inside a validator with access to all fields. Annotate the data class, record, with this constraint. Use it valid in controllers to trigger validation. This method keeps your validation clean, expressive, and user-friendly.